Hello, and good afternoon. Welcome to Faith and Healing. Yes, it is where we get to talk about the fun sides of food. Yes, and we get to learn the many incredible things about how we not only take care of ourselves physically, but how to take care of ourselves spiritually. And I always remind you, as always, we are not here to take over your medical situations. You must always work with a trained medical care professional. However, you must also be very in tune with your own health so that you know what is going on in your body and that you are able to also make wise and good decisions about your own health and your own life so that you look younger, stronger for as long as you can. And I also do remind you, and that's important that you know, I am not a medical care professional. I teach you out of my experiences, one, of the way I take care of my own self and my own body, and by the incredible things that God gives to me as a servant of His, and that I could impart to you, because I do not merely want to just preach a sermon. I like to demonstrate the gospel. Preaching sermons are okay and they are powerful and they are needed. However, each one of us are called to different things. And one of the things that I believe God has asked me to do is to not only teach the word and preach the word, but to demonstrate the word. And that is what I do here on the Faith and Healing presentation. I could easily just say to you, go buy this, go buy that, and just eat it, cook it. But I like to show you the demonstrations. I like to show you, how things work, how you could put it together, how it looks. Because there is this, idea that eating healthy is not fun. And there is this idea that, a healthy lifestyle is not cool. But we want to encourage you to be able to eat in ways that not only make things taste good. I like good tasting food myself, but I also believe in healthy options, right? So if you are out there and this is not something you do every day, one thing I've always said to you, if you, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're a fast food person, those things are not healthy anyway. But if you're going to go that route because of your life, and amazingly today on our presentation, we are talking about healthy foods that you can have in under 10 minutes, okay? Or at least 10 minutes and below. So we're talking today about healthy fast foods, because one of the arguments that I get all the time is that it's not easy to eat healthy because it takes time, and it's so much easier to just go through a drive-through and just pick up something that they have. But we want to encourage you that there are great ideas that are healthy, that you can try, that you can create, and you can throw into your little lunch bag and take with you to work and still enjoy a very great meal. Many people eat foods that do not promote life. And by this, I mean many of the fast food options that people tend to enjoy and to relish in, they are not adding any nutritional values to the body. Remember, our bodies are made up of cells, and in order for those cells to be healthy, in order to do their jobs so that we could continue to promote healthy organs, we can continue to promote healthy lifestyles and healthy living. In order for that to happen, we have to eat in a way that is feeding the cells, right? So whenever we eat, that is something we need to remember. Whenever we are eating, we are either eating to live or we are eating to die. Imagine that. So anytime we put something in our mouth on a given basis, we are either eating to help the body survive or we are eating to destroy the body. So you have to ask yourself the question now, how am I eating? Am I eating to prolong my life or am I eating to end my life, right? And so these are some of the things that, we are looking at on how to tend for the body, how to take care of the body. And if you're the kind of person, whether you are vegan, vegetarian, flexitarian, which means that you may go very long periods, years, and not eat any flesh, and then you find yourself craving that and you end up eating it again, whether it's fish or meat. Some people don't eat fish, don't eat meat, but they would eat fish. So people there are different options. Now, I believe if we all do our research, I believe we will agree that the way that things are done with the tending of animals, it's probably not the greatest. The Bible does give us though what is healthy and what is not, what is clean and what is not. So God wants us to make wholesome decisions as it relates to our eating and our food choices. So once again, my recommendation to you would be, when you eat on a daily basis, always remember that you are tending to the cellular function of your body. You are treating your body to be able to advance, to be able to grow, to be able to be healthy, right? And that would come from your eating. So make that decision to be good to your cells, okay? And what that in turn does is it assists with a great healthy immune level, right? By good cellular treatment. Your blood also benefits, right? Your food brings in the nutrients. Your body takes what is needed, gets rid of what it doesn't. But ultimately, that you are making decisions that are promoting, okay? Promoting, prolonging. Yes, we cannot keep ourselves alive if our time has come. I understand that very fully. And I know that there are many people who say, well, it's one life to live, so eat, drink, and be merry. I'm with you on that, but I also believe in balance, temperance, moderation, right? So I'm all about enjoying the abundant life. I believe in living a very strong spiritual life. That's very important, because this presentation that we do on faith and healing is primarily based on 3 John chapter 2. I wish above all things that you would prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. So I am with you. The abundant life, awesome. All right. We want to eat, we want to drink, and we want to be merry. However, whatever we eat, whatever we drink, we want to do that to the honor and glory of God. Okay. I've often found that people want a great physique. They want to look awesome. They want to have a great body. They want to be trim and lean, but then they don't want to make the sacrifice. And if you want a great physique, if you want to look, firm and muscular and strong, of course, as we get older, we lose things, all right? Things begin to move. However, that doesn't have to be your story, okay? You can maintain your muscle mass for as long as you could, even with your food, and we'll be doing a presentation on that in the upcoming weeks. where you can literally eat in ways that helps to keep your body firm, keep your body strong, that allows you to maintain, muscle mass. And I tell you all the time, I'm not a workout person, right? But I'm willing to try anything, but I'm not a workout person. I'm not lifting weights and doing all that stuff. But I walk, right? I appreciate walking whenever I could get that in. I do try to do that. And that's a great form of exercise because you get circulation going. And always remember, perfect circulation equals perfect health. If your circulation is great, you are on your path to great health, because circulation is all about the blood. Once you have healthy, good flowing blood, that is very great for many things within your body and your system. So once again, knowledge is power. Education is important. There is a saying, ignorance is bliss. I've told you this many times before. That is not of God. Okay, the word of God said that his people are perishing for a lack of knowledge. So learn your body, learn how to take care of it, and be nice to it, okay? If you want to go about enjoying good health for as long as you can, if you want to look like a teenager all the way into your 40s, okay, and beyond, if you want to feel strong at any age and at any point, because we cannot do anything about getting older. That is going to happen. It is inevitable. No matter how old you are now, teenage, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, the years are going to pass and you're going to get older. It's just what happens. So the key now is living your life in a way that allows you to look your very best for as long as you can. And many people try to accomplish that by covering their face with makeup. And I'm not speaking against that, by the way. I do occasionally wear some powder, although I go very light on those things because I want to be as close to the natural as possible. But I do have very oily skin, which is not a bad thing, by the way. That actually is very great for skin health. It keeps you looking younger, longer. So if you have very oily skin and that irritates you, do not be upset. You're going to appreciate that as you get older, because the oilier your skin, the longer your skin remains young, because it's not cracked and dry, so it's not breaking to cause all this wrinkles and fine line and aging and all of that. So if you are a very oily skin person, and that years ago that used to really bother me, I was like, why is my skin so oily? Until I was educated about that being a blessing, and then I began to appreciate it. So I occasionally use a little powder to be able to keep the shine out, especially when I'm doing certain presentations and things like that. But I keep it very light because, again, I want to be as close to the natural as possible. It's just the way I think. I just want, when the day ends, I don't have to take off all this stuff. So I just want to keep as close to being free. I like being free. Okay, the word of God said that God came to make us free. So your eating, your decisions to, prepare meals should really be based on your desire to live, to feed your body. So once again, whenever we put something in our mouths, whatever it is, we are either eating to live or we are eating to die. And the question you must ask yourself is, do you want to eat to live or do you want to eat to die? And I believe, it is my belief, that you want to live. Nobody wants to die. Nobody. Even the people who take their lives, they're just lost hope. But it's not because they wanted to die. They gave up. But everybody wants to leave. So today we are looking at fast food, healthy fast food options that are below 10 minutes or 10 minutes and below. Now, bear in mind, by the way, you could do plenty of things in less than 10 minutes, okay? Today we have just a few ideas for you to just help you to quickly work up something that keeps you from an unhealthy drive-through, You pack your little lunchbox and you take it with you on your hour lunch at work. If you're already going back to the office, you can eat and be satisfied with the fact that you came home, you devoted about 30 minutes, and you prepared some nice 10-minute and below fast food options that you can go to work and enjoy. You didn't break the bank, and your body is so thankful because you were nice to it. You didn't dump all the sugar in it. You didn't, from the sodas, you didn't dump all the salt in it from these fries, and you got yourself something healthy that is actually taking care of your body and your system. So let's go into our first option now that I have given you this backdrop. I love to give you the backdrop because I could easily just say to you, do a bowl of beans, right? But then if you don't know what it's doing for you, and this is how my mind works, right? I'm the kind of person, if I don't know, I don't know, okay? If I do not know what is going on, that's fine. But once I am educated and I know better, then that's a game changer for me. My eyes are opened. I'm like, wow, beans does that? Chia does that? Carrots really do that? When I learn that stuff, I make those things my friend and I include them in my diet. And even if I don't do them every day, I try to do them as often as I can. Right? So that's the other thing I want to encourage you. I know it's not easy to do this every day, and it's not even possible for many of you, especially if you're a mom and you're juggling everything, or you're a dad and you're working 3 jobs, and it's hard. Okay? Well, maybe that's not your life, and you have the time, and you are at home, and you have the flexibility. If you can do it, do it. But if you are going, wow, that would be great, but I don't have the time. I am so busy. I do understand that. If you can't do it every day, do it at least, there are 7 days in a week. I always say to you, try to get at least 4 days in. Every other day, every 2 days. At least you didn't give your body 7 days out of the week. You didn't give your body junk food. 7 days. 7 days. And is expecting to live a healthy life. It's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. There is no way that you or me could feed our body junk food 7 days a week all year long and then expect to have great medical reports. It's just not going to happen. So let's now talk about some of the great options that you can try. And one of the things that is very easy for you to be able to add to your diet, I have here some veggie pasta, okay? So this is created with spinach and other tomatoes and things like that. So you have a veggie pasta option, okay? And that you can just cook within, say, 7 minutes or so. You cook it al dente, so it's still kind of firm. I put a bit of tomato sauce in there. You can dress it up to your taste. You can turn it into a pasta salad, or you can just have it like this and then serve it with some, of your favorite healthy sausages, some tofu options. There's so many different things that you could do. But if you were to just take this pasta, cook it, put it in a bowl, and just cut up some other vegetables really fast, within 10 minutes, you could have a pasta salad that you can take with you. And even if you didn't have anything else and that's all you had, you would have actually had yourself a nice, healthy option. So this is one of the first things that we are looking at today. And we didn't just choose a regular, white pasta that's just going to dump flour into the system and clog the colon. You want your colon to be working very smoothly so that elimination is not a problem, and that your body is doing it's regular, because if that is not working well, it's dumping tons of toxins into your system that is causing a lot of problems. So once again, this is a good option. I just have today just some pasta sauce with the veggie pasta. However, you can turn that into a salad by simply adding to it some tomatoes, some olives. You can do some celery sticks, chop them up really thinly with some onions, and you can turn it and work that up into a very nice pasta bowl. You can throw some soy tofu chunks in there, and that in itself is a full meal. So you could either have that by itself and then serve it with your favorite alternative meat, or you can have that in a pasta salad and you would have had yourself a great option. I also have here a bean salad. There I have pinto beans, kidney beans, and black beans. Okay, and I'm going to come a little closer. So I've created a bean option, and the way that I did this was in this bean salad, I have added a little olive oil. There's some olive oil I chopped up very thinly, some olives. Okay, I love olives and they're great for the thyroid health. Okay, so olives are a very healthy option if you're having thyroid issues. They're great for thyroid health. So a bean salad. Bean is great in protein. It's good for the colon. It aids in cleaning it out and allowing it to, smoothly work. So great for diabetic health. We spoke about diabetes on our previous presentation. And so beans are very great if you're diabetic, if you're looking to have a healthy working colon, and it's also great for protein. It's filled with protein, so that's also a good a meat option. So if you don't eat meat, beans are a good way of keeping your protein level in the body at a healthy balance. Many people who do not eat meat, they lack in certain nutrients as vegans and vegetarians. So you have to be careful not to be missing out on nutritional values because you have removed so many things from your diet from being vegan and vegetarian. So you want to keep things like protein in your system, and beans is an excellent way of doing that. So you can create a nice bean salad on a given day. And here I have 3 bean options. So kidney, black beans, okay? Kidney, black beans, and red kidney beans with a little olive oil, a little tomato sauce, and some olives chopped, and you can create that into a nice meal. You can serve that in a wrap and turn it into a bean wrap. Okay, so these are some of the ways that you could do that. You could add to that a bit of bulgur or a bit of brown rice or whole grain. And you can have just a little cup of that, and you could serve that with your bean salad. So these are just some of the options that you can use. If you are using your bean salad as one of your fast food options on a given workday, you can turn that into a wrap. You can turn that into a full bean salad. You can add other things like celery sticks chopped up very thinly, chop up onions very thinly, and you can add a little more tomato sauce for a bit more liquid. You can also take that same bean salad and you can turn it into a bean soup. All you would have to do is increase your tomato sauce levels, a half cup of water, and give it more liquid, and you turn that into a bean soup. You put it in a nice container, you take it with you to work, and you would have a full healthy protein option, great for your diabetic health. Even if you're not diabetic, it would definitely aid in keeping your glucose levels in check. So this is another great option of a fast food under 10 minutes that you can use that is also creatively able to be a meal on its own, or you can turn it into a soup, you can turn it into a wrap, but you want to add about 3 or so different beans, at least a minimum of 3, to make it a bean salad. And there you have a very healthy bowl of protein. Your body is healthy, your mind is clear, but above all, you feel good because you gave your body something that is definitely helping it. Another thing that we have on our menu today as healthy fast food options, I have here quinoa, quinoa salad. And this is really amazing because I created this by doing 1 cup of quinoa in 2 cups of water, and I allowed that to sit for a few minutes until it was nice and soft. And I chopped parsley, basil, chopped very thinly, chopped up celery sticks very thinly, chopped up peppers, bell peppers very thinly, added some garlic, added some olive oil, and on the stovetop, I worked this into a really nice quinoa bowl. Okay, so this is a quinoa bowl or quinoa salad. And this right here, as you can see, is very appealing. And I tasted it and it was really tasty. Okay, and so this is a very healthy option, right, for you that you definitely can work with. So you want to be able, one of the key things that you want to remember is you always want to, prepare your things in a way that it's not bland and dry, because that's what makes people so uninterested in healthy eating, because they feel that it just really lacks taste. So I always encourage you to be the one to make your things taste good. So dress it up, be creative. Don't just say, oh man, this health thing is just not working. That quinoa is so dry. Now, if you went and buy it, I could understand that. But if you're making it, it doesn't have to be that way. And that's why we demonstrate this to you. So dress it up. When I was done doing this and I tasted it, it was really good. Not because I did it, but because I dressed it up. Okay. So I want you to get into the habit of dressing up your thing. So this is a quinoa bowl. That alone in itself is a meal, and you can take that with you. If you wanted to add things like a few raisins or cranberries, you can drop a few raisins and cranberries in your quinoa bowl and even add to it. If you wanted to remove that sweet option, you can even add some of your protein to your quinoa bowl and make it an even more potent and healthy option. If you wanted it to have a meat alternative, you can add some tofu pieces cut up very small and sauteed, because tofu can be bland. You can dress that up too with a little sauce, cut it up, and then you can drop it in there, mix it in, and then you would have a full meal option. So it's all about being creative and making your food really work for you in taste, but also having great healing and powerful effects on the body. Foods like quinoa are great with things like fiber. They have a lot of nutritional value that is very potent to various parts and aspects of the body. It feeds the cell, cleans out the blood, and really keeps, regularity in your system. Something that is very significant for good health is a body that eliminates well, and you have great regularity, because that means toxins are not being dumped and deposited into your system. And a place you will see the benefit of that is also in your skin. Many people who have issues with not being able to eliminate well, their skin tend to be very dark and unhealthy. And that is because of the poison being released in the body. And remember, the skin is the larger organ. So whatever is happening inside, the skin is going to let us know. And so you find that for people who have a good and healthy regularity in their system, their skin tends to be bright. It tends to be illuminated. It tends to be very clean. It tends to be very healthy, because that toxin is not being deposited back into the system. We have also, one of my favorite things to eat is avocado wrap. And we are also having on our fast food options avocado. So what I did was I cut up a whole large avocado and I fried it. with some olive oil on the stovetop, and I added a bit of, you can create your own healthy sauce option. You can do that with tomato sauce and honey. Some people, you have, there are healthy versions of a barbecue sauce. So you can also use a sweet and sour option. And I glazed it with that a bit. And you can put that on the stovetop about 5 minutes. Remember, we're doing fast foods, 10 minutes and below. About 5 or so minutes. If you want it to stay a little longer, 7 minutes, because you want it to get brown. And the brownness you're seeing here is because of the sauce. And then you take that and you put it in a wrap. And I have a wrap here, okay, a wheat wrap. And you put that on your plate. And let me just make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, you put that on your plate. And I'm going to put it right here on the wrap. And I'm putting all my little sauce because I want to preserve my sauce so my wrap is not black. And there you've created a nice avocado wrap. If you have a large appetite, then you can do 3 of those, which means you will need to increase your avocado. And then you take this and you roll it over. And right there, you have a nice avocado wrap. Okay, if we take a look at the inside, you'll see your avocado is peeking through, and that in itself is very tasty. You could make about 3 of those, 2 of those, and you take that to work. You have a nice meal, so that whilst you're out during the day, you have something healthy that you can place in your system. And finally, we even have some carrot fries. Who would have thought? You have potato fries, sweet potato fries, you have regular potato fries, and you even have carrot fries. These are carrots, okay? So I stripped my carrots and I turned them into fry-like sizes. And here I have some tomato sauce with a bit of honey. You can add that to a healthy version of your barbecue sauce, and you can take that to work. My Lord, that is awesome. Now, did you ever consider carrot fries in the past? Now you can. And you don't have to eat the unhealthy ketchup. You can create your own. Look, I got my own red sauce right here, and check this out. There you have it. Carrot fries, my Lord. And you thought eating healthy was boring. Carrot fries with your own sauce. And you can go ahead and you can add as your dessert some chia seeds. You put 1 cup of a healthy version of milk. I use almond milk in a container like this. And you add half a cup of chia seed. Chia is rich in fiber. Any diet rich in fiber is a very healthy diet. Any diet rich in fiber leads to a very healthy body. Fiber is a powerful nutrient value to the body. Very powerful. Aids with heart issue, diabetic issue. I mean, so many things. Colon health. If your fiber intake is great, your cell health will be very great. So chia is loaded with fiber. You can create a chia dessert for yourself. Or if you're like me and you tend to like things a little sweet as well, you can do a fruit salad. I have a fruit salad here. You can add some coconut milk or coconut cream, which is a bit sweeter, and some coconut flakes, and you can make your own ambrosia, and you can put that in a container and take it to work. Life does not have to be boring. And while you're in the car and you're thinking of munching on something salty and too unhealthy, why don't you grab a bowl of nuts, take that with you as you're going, grab a few cashews, almonds, great for the heart, helps and aids with so many healthy options. Once again, life does not have to be boring. Life is how we make it. It's always how we make it. And I endeavor to make it beautiful and make it great as the best as I can. And I encourage you to also do the very same thing. So, God bless you. Continue to remember, God doesn't only want you to be healthy physically, He wants you to be healthy spiritually. And so until next time on Faith and Healing, continue to keep the faith.